Opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
Hello and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scarefest TV. And of course, you know what's going on next week. The Scarefest 2022, Scarefest 14, Scarefest XIV. Although we didn't use the Roman numerals this year. I vetoed that. Anyway, everybody, tonight our episode is almost solely devoted to Robert Englund Lineville. And the reason we decided to do this was, well, if you count our text and emails and messages and Facebook Messenger, approximately 50% are had to do with this. So we thought, okay, we've been building this idea over the past year since we announced him. And so Adrienne has come on tonight. She was a mastermind behind it. I just kind of, I've been the cheerleader in it, and tonight I get to play devil's advocate, which you know I just love to do. So while we're hoping, this is the first time I've ever hosted a show with the singular goal of to get everybody to stop losing their fucking minds. Okay? Now, I want to preface this entire conversation by saying we have two choices. We can do it in an orderly, friendly manner as we've set up, or we can just point in the corner and say, okay, all 10,000 of you go stand over there. That's the choices. Second choice is what most cons do. We decided that not to go that route, to try to create some civility in the chaos. Okay,
a little bit.
Adrienne, just go ahead and tell everybody, give everybody the lowdown, give them the background of it, give them the framework of it, then we'll go through the rules.
Okay, so, well, and like Wes said, obviously this whole thing was born just out of trying to keep people from standing in line all weekend, and it's because what happened in 2017 at our show, what we've seen at other shows that we've been to, we're totally going to attempt to circumvent that. So essentially what we're going to do, and Wes has talked about this a little bit in the group already, and yes, Chad, if it all goes to shit, it's my fault. So that is exactly what Wes was saying. If it doesn't work, blame me.
I've had enough input into this idea, and I've supported you every inch of the way. So I will at least be there to drag your bloody corpse out of the hall.
I appreciate that. So essentially what we're going to do is, since we do have use of the pre-function area this year and the big spine that a bunch of people just saw as this big empty hallway last year, we're going to open up a few hours early in that area. Our ticket booth will be in there, our merch booth. We're also going to have a kiosk in there to sign up for Robert Englund's line. And instead of you just coming in and lining up and standing in line and then standing there and standing there and standing there, you will get a card which will be labeled either group A, B, C, depending on how long the day goes. They may go further than that, D, E, F. Once you have this card, that is your place in line. That is not a guarantee for an autograph, but that is your spot in the line. So in theory, everybody is lined up with these cards, but you get to walk around and enjoy the convention and not be stuck standing in one spot all day or even all weekend, as is the case sometimes for Robert specifically. So we're going to open the doors at noon on Friday. You have to have your wristband and your badge before you can sign up for the line. And that way it is orderly. People go in, you get your tickets, and then you can come over to Robert Englund's. It's not just like the running of the bulls and then we all get trampled to death. So that's basically the premise, and we can go over, Wes and I are going to go over in detail exactly how that's going to go, what that means for VIPs, because we have stated since the beginning that we will not allow line skips for Robert Englund's line, because if every VIP comes in and wants to use their line skip, it does nothing but make the VIPs stand in line all day Friday, no general admission gets in, all day Saturday, no general admission, and then by Sunday, the VIPs have missed the entire show.
And I will add, the way we're doing it, now, first of all, nobody have any delusion. You're still going to have to get there early, whether it's early on Friday, early on Saturday, early on Sunday. There will still be a line before we open the doors. We're not stupid. We realize that. But this way, we can move part of the line inside fairly quickly.
Exactly.
So I wanted to emphasize that. That's why we're making you have your pass, have your VIP. Now, okay, the other part I want to point out on that, Adrian, is that this will stop the VIPs from thinking that they can show up at noon, pull out that line skip, and, this is your line skip, VIPs. This is your exclusive VIP line skip. We're giving you just a little advantage first thing in the day to get his autograph. Now.
Yeah, so because VIPs can get onto the floor early, the way that we designed it is we reduced our VIP ticket sales. So we went to another show this year, and I'm not going to name names, but another show that Robert was at this year. And Wes and I had general admission to the show. And each day of the show, Robert Englund's line was capped before general admission even got into the building. All 3 days. No, and the VIPs, like I said, they went in first thing in the morning. Some of them were telling us they had been there since 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, and then they sat in line for 12 hours. And I mean, they were sitting against walls, and it was miserable, and I felt so terrible for those folks. So since VIP gets the 1 hour early entry, the first 2 groups every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the first 2 groups are only for VIP. That's Platinum and Goldens. And we allow 50 people to sign up per group. And that will give every single VIP ticket holder an opportunity to get in over the weekend. You get in on Friday. You might not get in on Saturday, but we have more spots for VIPs than we do VIPs. So if you are standing in line and you get up there and your group A and B are full, VIP signups are full, and you still want to sign up for that day, you don't have to give up your VIP spot. And you can come back the next day and try for one of the VIP spots. So it does give the VIPs a big advantage, because you are very, very likely, I will not say guaranteed, none of this is guaranteed. Everything is completely out of our hands. We're just trying to do our best to make a little method to the madness, but it will make it very likely that if you are a VIP ticket holder and you want to get Robert Englund's autograph, you will get it. This also gives an opportunity for some general admission folks to get in, some vendors, towards the end of the days, we'll be able to get some general admission folks through. So that is kind of the roundabout gist of how that works to the advantage of the VIPs. Let's see. I think I missed something in the chat.
Now one thing I want to, this is another thing before you all start arguing about it. Okay. In other words, this goes out to the general admission people. The VIPs get 1 hour early access regardless. So in other words, yes, this cleans up the whole line skip thing about them thinking they can show up anytime they want. But it does, once again, they were going to get in early anyway. So we just saved that group to stop confusion. And that's their time. So, now one of the questions we did have in the chat room, somebody from staff asked how they count in all this.
So the staff, I'm not sure, I didn't see where that came up, but we've had several meetings where I have had signups for folks who are interested in Robert Englund's autograph, and we will have very few spots set aside for staff at the end of the day to do that. And the last I checked, we didn't have that many staff that were interested, but what we were going to do if we had more staff than we had spots was we were going to give those in a lottery, do a lottery for those folks. But they're also paid. I mean, they don't get them for free. So if there is anybody watching that does want a Robert Englund autograph that is staff, I'm going to need you to send me a Facebook message or an email, and I will get you to Diana. She is keeping track of those folks. VIPs will not be able to register for the VIP group multiple days. If you're a VIP and you get in on groups A or B, you are marked off the list. We're going to keep a running list, and at that point, you are free to sign up in one of the general admission slots. If you've been in line waiting all day, just like everybody else, you're not going to get turned away. And that goes for anybody. If everybody wants to show up early on all 3 days and try to get through the line 3 times, then that is their prerogative. But for those limited VIP groups, A and B, you only get to do that one time. That's a good one.
Okay, some real quick ones here. Will Robert be there from beginning to end? He will be there from beginning to end, but of course he will not be doing autographs from beginning to end because he has also set record numbers on photo ops. And he probably will have to piss. There.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be...
Well, and I'll tell you all, in 2017, Robert did not take any breaks from his table except when he had to go for photo ops. The man was a machine. And, but yeah, absolutely. You know, people need to pee, people need to eat. So that's another thing. With the groups, we are not scheduling times for you to line up. We are going to let Group A go back the very first thing because they're VIPs and they get in on the floor early. Group A can go straight back to the table and get ready for Robert to come in when the doors open. After a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and let Group B line up. Once the line gets down to about 50 people, we're going to let the next group line up. We're going to have a dry erase board at the kiosk where you sign up, and we're going to have a dry erase board at the entrance of Robert's line that says this is the group that's allowed to get in the line now, whether that be Group B, C, D, E. We're also going to sign up more people than we know he can get to in a day, just to play it safe. If he does more people than we think that he can, then we'll have people already lined up. But those tickets absolutely are not a guarantee for an autograph. They are just a spot in line. That is all they are. You do not pay for them. We gain nothing from doing this other than trying to help people not stand in line all day. There is no benefit to the show. We have spent dozens of hours going over this. We've spent a ton of money getting tickets printed up, informational signage, renting the kiosks, doing all of these things just so people don't have to stand in line all day. We gain nothing from it. Okay. So I can't overstate.
Okay, I'm going to hit a couple more real quick because they're short answers. So sign-ups start at noon on Friday.
Noon?
They start at 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. So there. And then, yes, somebody else asked, there is a limit on the stuff to get signed that was set by Robert, not us, 2 per person per trip. So there, let's go ahead. We're going to do just a quick little promo here because the guy was nice enough to make it for us, and we'll be right back with more answering your questions.
Hey everybody, it's CJ Graham, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th, Part 6. Hey, Scarefest, guess what? October 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Lexington, Kentucky, I'm coming to get you. Be in full wardrobe on the 22nd if you want to get a photo op with Jason full wardrobe. It'll be a great opportunity. Sales are in advance if you like. There'll be a limited quantity. But guess what? I'm coming to Lexington, Kentucky. I'm going to get you. You better be there.
Okay, the next biggest line we expect after Roberts is, you set the floor plan.
So the next biggest line would probably be Lance Henriksen and Robert Patrick.
There we go.
Line and Bill Mosley, but I think those will be probably bigger.
Yeah, and Shanna, that is completely off topic, but yes, there will be, the shuttle will be there to get you there 30 minutes before the event. So just like it was last year, just like it'll be forever. Okay, now, here's the one that I do have to answer a lot. Autographs and photo ops. The photo op is a photo op. The autograph is an autograph. You have to, if you want that picture autographed, yes, you will have to get your photo op, get in a group after your photo op, at least projected wise, and get your autograph separate. Completely separate money, completely separate vendors, i.e. Celeb photo ops versus Robert Englund.
Well, and I've thought about this too. Because we're doing the groups, Robert's photo ops start. What time do they? Let me consult with my index here. Robert starts at 5:25 on Friday, and he starts at 11:40 on Saturday. So let's look at this. If the doors open, if VIP goes in at 3 o'clock, then we will probably be through almost all of the VIP groupings by the time the photo op session starts. But if we'll say, as an example, if groups B and C are in line for Robert when he leaves to go to his photo op, and you have already purchased a photo op for that day, because you will have your card in your hand that says what group you belong to, you can go and do the photo op and come back to the line, because Robert's line won't move while he's gone. So if you have a photo op while you're lined up, you can go and come back and get back in line with your group.
We will also have to make an accommodation, and this probably just being another list. If you're in line in general for Robert's autograph and one of your other photo op sessions, whoever doesn't involve him, I'm assuming that we would give them their spot back, Sensei.
Yes, and that's what with the cards. The beauty about this is most people, if they want to come and get a Robert autograph, they can't do other photo ops. They can't get other autographs. They can't do any of those things because they are stuck in line all day. And if you get out of line, you spot. If we do the card system and you are standing in line and you've got X amount of people to go, but it's time for you to go line up for a photo op, you can go and do your photo op and come back and get in line because you will have your card. Those cards are not replaceable. And if you lose it, there is no exception. You will just have to sign up again. We will not let anybody line up without a card. They are going to be special cards. They're going to be autographed. They're going to have the numbers of items that you are going to get on them. They will be very specific to the day and the group that you are in. And you have to have that with you to get into line. You have to have that with you to purchase an autograph.
Now, another question. Now, somebody in the chat room may know this. I think I know the answer. Do you know if Robert's autographs are just his signature or personalized? Now, the word on the street is he's fairly good about personalizing. I don't know.
He has been in the past.
Okay.
I don't know of any shows that he hasn't.
Okay.
But
So in other words, it's not us, it's him. But as far as we know, that's the answer to that question. Do we know the price on Robert's autographs? The problem is we could tell you a price based on what we've seen elsewhere, but basically we do not have contractual commitment to it. It's going around in the Scarefest fan group. It's been posted in various posts on the Scarefest page by us and by fans, what we've witnessed. But I am not going to go on record hard and fast here telling you that's what it's going to be, because it could vary $5, $10 either direction. I can tell you this: every place I've seen it, it's been a little north of 100, and I don't see that changing much.
someone said their phone lost signal for their question, but on my chat it just says Facebook user, so I'm not sure what your question was. If you need to repeat it, you can put it back in the chat.
Yeah, if you've asked a question and you have not heard the answer, feel free to post it again, and we will touch back on it.
Yes.
And Sean, you are correct. Be a line buddy to everybody. They're all there for the same thing.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely agree with you. I support you, Sean. The only thing I'm going to say is my reaction after spending all afternoon yesterday explaining this and trying to answer every possible combination of objections to doing it this way, is a lot of you all are really losing your minds over this. I'm just going to put that out there, but I hope everybody's just civil and by keeping our goal in this is to keep you out of the line all day. At the end of that's all we care about. So you can do other things. We put a lot of work into putting this convention together, daylight to dark, and to have the vast majority of you just staying in the hallway all day doesn't benefit us. Do we pick up our passes and merch we bought online at noon on Friday? Yeah, go ahead and address that, Adrian, the merch pickups.
Yes. Okay, so I'm glad that this got brought up for a couple of reasons. One, any VIPs that are listening, and I've sent this out in emails and I have addressed it on Facebook. When Brandon set that up this year, he did an honor system and gave out a code for folks to redeem the shirt that they wanted in the size that they wanted for free on the website and bring that in and redeem that. That code got leaked. We got dozens of orders from people that were not VIP ticket holders. So if you bought merch online, then we are going to go ahead and fill your orders now before the show. We're going to put your name on the bag and we're going to have those at the merch booth so you can come and collect them. If you are a golden ticket holder, you will get a voucher in your swag bag to pick up your merch at the booth. And yes, that is at noon. You come in, you get your wristband, you get your badge, and then you can go to the merch booth.
Okay. I think the question we missed, we did address it way early in the show. What time do the signups start? They start when we open the doors. When admission opens, that's when the signups start. That's where we were explaining. You go in, get your badges, get checked in, go directly to line building. So yes, whatever the time show on the website for each day, for the admission booth, and VIP check-in is supposed to match, but I think on one calendar it says to be announced. But anyway, yeah, that's the answer to that. Now, what can I get a spot and give it to a friend?
Yeah, you come up through there and you sign up and you use your VIP spot and we mark you off the list. You have your pass, and I don't care who you give it to. Your name won't be written on the pass.
Yeah, you got to remember, once you're signed up, then that card is golden. So and hope nobody gets mugged.
Katie said that she's terrified she'll get fired if she messes up any questions for his line. Katie, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to email all of the VIP ticket holders and I'm going to post this whole description in the group, and I'm going to pin it to the top, and any questions that you have, you can refer them to that post.
Okay. Did y'all set it up for the other long? No. No, we did. This is only for this line. This is the only line in the past that has absolutely given us a borderline stroke. So
yeah,
that's the answer to that. This is only for this line. If we purchased shirts online, can we pick them up any other day? Yes, they should be there when you show up. You go to the merch booth.
The kiosk line is going to be at the far end away from admission. So you will come in and you have to stop by the ticket booth first. That is where you are going to go. You cannot pass go or collect. You have to go straight to the ticket booth, and then you can walk past the ticket booth to the end of the hallway, and that is where the kiosk will be for the sign-ups.
And the people in the ticket booth will be well aware of it, and they will point you in the correct direction.
Katie, you're not getting fired.
No, you're booth paid, Katie. Don't worry about it.
She's stuck with me.
This is special duty.
Yeah, and I have, so Katie's not going anywhere.
Okay. Jake, you're an ass. Okay. Hi,
Frankencon.
Okay. So now, she actually went ahead and headed one off, but we're going to say it again. I signed up and I lost my ticket. The answer? Not the one I gave the other night in the meeting, by the way.
The answer is the tickets are not replaceable. We are not keeping a list of who is getting these. We have no way to verify who gets tickets and who doesn't past the signups. We do know that the VIP ticket holders, if they were marked off the list, you are marked off the list. Do not lose your card. We are going to staple a sheet of paper to these cards with questions on them, and also it says in big bold letters, do not lose this card. So it's like your boarding pass at the airport. Once you get it, you have to have it to get on the plane. You have to keep track of it.
And as Adam said in the chat room, on the other lines some of them will get meaty. We do have plans for all the ones that we expect to have big lines. They're just not this elaborate because, once again, no one else has caused us to stroke out.
Yeah.
Now,
in 15 years, Robert's the only one that's called for this. Even the other big headliners, like their lines move really quickly. And everybody normally moves really slowly. And if there is a big line, normally you can go and see someone else while the other line dies down.
Now, this is a legitimate question, not directly pertaining to this, but I'm going to answer it in the nicest way. I don't even know all the details, but Robert's photo op is just going to have a regular photo op background versus one of our set pieces.
Yeah.
This was caused by another convention. That's all I know. And so we've been told that no, his photo ops have to just be good old fashioned Sears.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We are a Scarefest backdrop done
Yes.
for the photo op.
Yeah, that's true. We do have a
so
really
it's not-
nice backdrop.
Yeah, if it gets here in time, the shipping companies are really letting us down with some of our stuff. A bit off topic. So the VIP check-in, it does close at a certain point, but once it closes, all of your stuff gets taken to the ticket booth and you just check in there. Because normally everybody gets there right at the beginning, and we don't keep it staffed all day. Those folks jump over and start helping with.
And I'm going to put my 10 cents worth in. If any VIPs show up past the beginning of the con, I am personally going to smack you upside the head because we had this big fight over whether we could sell 30-minute early admission, and I caught living hell over it. So I expect all of you VIPs to be out of bed bright and early. And be like, I'm kidding. I mean, you can show up whenever the hell you want. But I am saying that was a consideration in all this. Do-do-do.
Yes, Jacob, 15 minutes before the photo op is fine. And there will be lanes marked in the back hallway for photo op lineups.
Yeah.
They will have an employee back there letting you know which photo op is lining up and which.
I will tell you, celeb photo ops, if you've never had their photo ops before, they are the most organized in the business. So if there's we should just hand this over to them, probably. But yeah, that is the answer to that. Okay. Katie, yes, actually, I think he would. Do you think Robert would do a prom pose with me in your photo op? I really, really do. Especially when he sees you wearing your prom gown.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the V-neck, Katie? The one that the pictures I saw? That's gonna up our little traffic at our booth. Okay. Okay, the other let's see. I had another one. Oh, okay, now here's one. I didn't hear them call my group. I did not hear them call my group.
So we are going to make the announcements over the speakers, and also we are going to have signs posted at the kiosk and in the back hallway for when the groups can line up. If you are in group C and you see that group B is lining up, you want to keep an ear cocked to the speaker for when C is getting called. It is never so loud in there that you can't hear the announcements. And I don't think that there will be any issue with being able to see the dry erase boards at the start of the line and out front by the kiosk.
Yeah, and if it means walking out the door, poking your head around and seeing what group we're on, we understand. Okay?
Yeah.
But once again, it's still better than pointing in the corner and going, hey, you 1,000, go over there. We're going to go ahead and do our other promo. I don't know. I haven't seen this one floating around Facebook yet.
Check this out. Check it out, guys. Miguel Nunez. Friday 13th, turn away from bed. Leprechaun, Connoisseur, Street Fighter, 2 or 3, all of Nights, Friday the 13th. The list goes on and on, but October the 21st through the 23rd, I'm going to be at Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington, Kentucky. Spider. Demon, it's all there. Bring your stuff. Let's sign it up. Let's get it signed. I'll be in Lexington, Kentucky, October the 21st through the 23rd. That's the Lexington, Kentucky Scarefest. Be there, I'll be square.
Okay, now we want to go over some things. Our Day Drinking with Killers, also known as Killers on the Rocks, on Thursday, one of our launch events, has not come close to selling out, people. This is, what'd you do? You did the math on how long they would be, with them. How long does this last from the time they get there till, cause you got the tour and then you got the tasting?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The tour is about an hour, and then, we slated off an hour and a half for y'all to just hang out at the bar together.
Now here's one thing. I've got, on my media team, I have a team of literally professional and semi-professional photographers. All of these events are going to have our photographers go to cover them. So not only will you have the memory of taking shots with R.A. Mihailov, you will also have the opportunity to get some really great images off of Facebook to prove to your family that you were in fact drinking with Kane Hodder, R.A. Mihailov, and Steve Nash. The Slimeball Bowlerama, renamed from Scream Queen Bowlerama, Slimeball Bowlerama. I don't understand this, people. This event it's less than, I believe, half sold out. This is one of the most talked about things that we do. Now, do I expect it to sell out by showtime? Yes.
Yeah.
But the pre-sales on this are nowhere near where it should be. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to cry big tears and tell you that if this was an inaugural event last year, we're doing it again this year. We've got better lanes. We've got the VIP lanes this year. If this event crashes and burns, I'm blaming all of you. and it won't be back. So this might be your last chance to go bowling. Of course, Felissa Rose's team is sold out. Linnea Quigley, Brian Bremer, and Dave Sheridan.
We had somebody that had to back out of bowling, and so I put 2 Felissa Rose tickets on sale late last night or this morning, and last I looked, one of them was sold out. Let me see if the other one, there might be one spot on Felissa's team. Hold on, I'll tell you.
So she's double checking that, but the Slime Ball Bowlerama, and let's not confuse it. You get to go spending an hour drinking beer with famous people. I mean, you know. And once again, there will be a professional photographer or 2 there to keep track of the members. What's that? One.
There is one.
Still one spot for Felissa Rose. Still one spot. Everybody, leave the chat room now. Go by that spot. Okay. Horror trivia at the Scarefest launch party. The official Scarefest launch party starts at 7 p.m. on Thursday, October 20th. Sign-ups for the trivia, team sign-ups do start at 6:30. Horror trivia at the corner bar at Lex Live. The Black Carpet event is 3 p.m. on Friday. 3 p.m. on Friday, the Black Carpet event. That's when the celebrities walk through and do their little wave at the camera thing. So that's the official kickoff of Scarefest. Axe throwing. Now, axe throwing is not sold out, but now it is well ahead of the other events. But if you're wanting to have that memorable event, once again, recorded by professional and semi-professional photographers, throwing axes with killers, we've got several teams that are still a little light. Kane Hodder sold out overnight, of course.
Yes.
Anyway, but RA's is still, and RA, he set him up a practice range, so you might even be on the winning team. Okay. Now, on Friday, these are in no particular order, by the way. On Friday, Scarioke, our event that we premiered last year, was so darn popular, we brought it back for the Friday night after party this year. So Scarioke will be going on at the corner bar starting at 9 p.m. Okay, the Horror Drag Theater. Horror Drag Theater, and no, that is not a typo on the banner. They require me to spell it that way by contract and threat. But this is starting at 7 p.m., right? Yeah, 7. That's on the banner, dumbass. 7 p.m. Saturday. 7 p.m. Saturday. On the floor. Now, we've set aside the corner. In other words, it's not out in the middle of the floor. Like someone today thought we were just going to be parading drag queens down Stars Road. No. I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying that we do have an entertainment and panel area on the floor, and that is where that will be taking place. It'll last about 2 hours, so it goes through the end of the thing. But if you're there on Saturday night at 7 p.m., you can take walk down over in the corner and check out the Horror Drag Theater. And of course, Saturday night is the night of Lexington's biggest balls to the wall Halloween party, the Scarefest Weekend 14 Halloween Costume Ball at Lex Live in the big sports bar. Which, until you see that place empty, you don't realize how big it is. But when I went down there this week to deliver something, that's a big damn building. So we're just taking the whole damn thing over. The VIP area will be set aside for a couple of hours at the corner bar. So if you have general admission tickets, you can't go in that part for a while. But now I'm gonna let Adrian's on top of this. Design with your heart. You may run with this one.
Design with Your Heart is a charity that we are doing this year where vendors from our show donate mostly original pieces, works of art, sculptures, items that they create, and you can go and buy raffle tickets and put your tickets in a jar next to the item that you would like to win, or put them in all of the different jars, however you want to do it. And the drawing for that is going to be on Saturday at 6 p.m. on the main stage. The raffle tickets start at $1, And then I think we've got it where you can get 40 tickets for $20, and all of the ticket sales and the proceeds for that event are going to a local animal charity, which is Spay Our Strays, a trap, neuter, and release program for feral cats in and around the Lexington area.
Okay, now from the chat room. First of all, 1 week, Wes, are you ready? Hell no. Okay, is the costume ball extra cost, or can we get in with Scarefest tickets? You don't even technically need Scarefest tickets. The prejudging will be at the convention. Now you'll need tickets for that because you can't get prejudged. But as far as if you just want to slap on a costume and walk in off the street, hell yeah, come on in. It's a public venue.
Come on in.
Yes, Keith, I'm still going to do your drunken podcast from whatever night we said we would do it. Yes, I'm going to have cocktails and do a podcast live at Lex Live. I'm not even sure where we're going to do it or how we're going to do it. I do need to look at the messages to see what night to not get totally 3 sheets to the wind, as we might say. Let's see. And everybody, this is the best participation we've ever had in the chat room, and I'm betting that half of you all saw Robert Englund's picture on the banners. Oh, they're interviewing Robert Englund tonight. No. Okay. Okay. No more questions about, does everybody understand fully? Does everybody understand fully the impetus behind and the rules of the Robert Englund line bill? I haven't seen anybody actually complain, so that's a good thing. No arguing.
I did see somebody ask how an artist can get involved with this. I'm assuming the with this is design with your heart. You are an artist or a vendor and you would like to donate a piece to help the raffle. You can send me a message or email me, Adrian at the Scarefest. We will absolutely take pieces and do them in the raffle. We already do have over 40 of our vendors participating, so space may be a little tight on the tables, but we will work something out. If you would like to donate a piece, you can message me or email me at adrian@thescarefest.com.
Brandon, at the end of the show, we'll probably do a quick recap, but all of this will be posted on the Facebook fan group. So if you type in the Scarefest, it's Horror Celebrity Halloween Fandom Expo. I think that's the way they got it listed. We really need to rebrand that bitch. I wasn't in on that.
Hold on. On Facebook, the URL is really simple, though. The name is long, but the URL is facebook.com/groups/Scarefest horror.paranormal.
Okay.
Very easy. Scarefest horror paranormal.
Okay, I thought you were going to start reading off that freaking number that shows up on mine when I look it up. Anyway, so yeah, but the fan group, and we'll probably post it on the main page too. So it will be posted. Yes, we will recap this at the end of the show for some of you that missed the beginning of it. So just to help you out there. And I'm really thinking there was another question.
We will not be releasing an autograph price list this year. If you have any questions about autograph prices, you can ask those in the group, and most people can give you a pretty accurate idea of what the prices are or have been. Most everyone will be between $30 and $60.
Okay. Okay, Shanna, the answer is the VIP check-in will have your swag bag, correct?
Yep.
You can,
at noon.
So it follows the same rules as everything else we've talked about. The doors will open noon Friday, 8 a.m. God, I'm gonna hate that. 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. And at that point, of course, you'll have your bag before then. But Friday, yes, at noon, the building's open. Your bag will be on the premises. So there. Let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's do Bonehead Weekly. Then we'll come back with a quick recap, overview of Robert Englund line building. Now they're just being smartasses in there.
Hey, Scarefest fans, this is Joe Lewis from Bonehead Weekly with a really cool shirt. Thank you, Nicole and Brandon. I'm going to take crap for this review. I get it. I understand. And there's some big fans out here of this reinvention, if you will. In fact, the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be talking about reboots, reinventions, whatever you want to call them now. The first one I want to talk about is 2022's Netflix. It's available on Netflix. Rob Zombie's The Monsters. Is it good? No, it's not good. In fact, it's tough to watch through some of it. I know a lot of you like it. Probably Monsters fans, I get it, but it just doesn't translate well. Even when he's trying, it's just the whole time I'm watching, I was like, this is 3 episodes of a show and it needs rewrites. All of it needs rewrites. All right. But I'm not going to concentrate on what all I didn't like about it. I'm going to concentrate on what I did like about it because I don't think it's unwatchable. Some people are calling it unwatchable. I disagree with that. It's close, but it's not unwatchable. In fact, some of it I enjoyed. It's not as bad as 3 from Hell. That's Rob Zombie's worst movie. It's derivative. It's basically that's awful. This one's slightly better. Sherry Moon Zombie as Lily isn't awful at all. In fact, she's a capable actress. It's unfortunate. She plays kind of a lot of the same stuff, just only in her husband's movies, except for Toby Hooper's The Toolbox Murder. She was him. Daniel Phillips as Herman. He's not awful, but neither one of these people. I mean, he's just not Fred Quinn. I don't know what to say. He's just not. The people who I think get away unscathed the most are Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa. Daniel Roebuck, by the way, I've met him. He's a fantastic character actor. He's a wonderful character actor. And he's just a fantastic guy. If you meet him in the convention, I'd go out of my way to meet him if I were you. And Jorge Garcia, and you remember him from Lost. He plays Floop, or Ike. Those are the people that get away unscathed the most. The rest of the cast, not so much. Most of it's cameos, and it's really not anybody's fault. I love the colors in it. I love the fact that he went this hyper realism. I love his visuals. I've defended Rob Zombie on here before, saying you may not like his movies, but you know that's a Rob Zombie movie. At least he has some sort of vision, perspective. You know that that's Rob Zombie. It's just not some sort of 4 quartile movie made by Hollywood. But it just doesn't always work. What I would love for him to have done is either put together what he wanted and then hired some writers and then had them rewrite this thing 4 or 5 times and then he shoot it. That would have been great. I would have loved that. It's just the writing is so bad. There's not much of a plot and it's just some better casting. None of these people are awful. I love the references into it. I love some of the visual references he does. To me, it's just a huge missed opportunity. And I know some people love this. They love the show and love this, and they think it's right in the same vein. And there are things in the same vein. I just think it could have been so much better. Maybe it's just because I'm an Addams Family guy. I don't know. I do prefer the original Addams Family show over the Monsters show. I do. Maybe that's the reason. I can't explain it, but it doesn't work for me. It's not a very good movie. If you like the Monsters, it may work for you, but I understand why people turn it off. I also kind of understand why people like it so much a little. There are parts I like, but can I recommend the Monsters on Netflix? No, I can't. All right, I'll take help for this later. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly.
Okay, before we do our complete recap of Robert Englund line building, I will answer a couple of questions I saw in the chat room during the movie review. Okay, someone said that I would not have to run from bears, at least. Never been to a drag show. I understand. That wasn't even my idea. Now I don't even write my own material now. Okay, and yes, Joe is moderating all of the panels because we don't have that many panels and they don't overlap. So Joe Lewis is in fact moderating 100% of the Scarefest panels in his new shirt. Did you all see his new shirt?
I saw.
Yes. So me and Joe will be Twinkies at some point during the week, I'm sure.
You'll be what?
Twinkies. Twins. I know I shouldn't say. Okay. We'll be twins. We'll be twins.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm VIP, and I won't get there until 3:30 on Friday due to hotel check-in at 3. Do I still get the bag and merch stuff? Or do I have to be, no. The early check-in does not affect your VIP status. The early check-in is just to accommodate Robert Englund line building so that fewer people will have to line up around the building and we can get more inside the building and make it look really, really crowded for photographer purposes.
Matt's still self-conscious.
What now? What?
Matt, he said, I love that camera angle. He's making me feel so
Okay.
conscious.
Yeah, we did.
I just got tired of sitting up. Guys, I'm in front of this laptop for 2 weeks straight. 2 weeks.
This
place is disgusting. I have the worst tension headache of my life. I try to lay back and relax a little bit, and Matt's going to give me crap about laying back on the couch.
Okay. Will we be able to enter on Vine Street? As a matter of fact, I guess I can go in that doors and come up the escalators. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, okay, but not before the doors open.
Yeah, not before.
If you come up the escalator before noon, you're going right back down the other side. So.
And I will point out, you will be on the opposite end of the building from admission. You would actually be on the opposite end of the building from admission.
If you want to line up for your tickets at the beginning of the day, you need to go to the Vine Street side. If you're coming later in the day and there's no line on the High Street side, where the main entrance was last year, that's where you need to line up before the show. If you line up downstairs, you're getting in the back of the line from High Street.
We'll just wave at you down the escalators. Hey, how you doing down there, bud? All right. Now, another thing I want to point out for all you people, this is your first time at Scarefest, or if you see someone wearing a staff shirt, and it's spelled SCAPH, and you need help, ask them.
Just don't touch them.
Yeah, don't. Okay, don't touch them. Yeah. I don't know what brought that about.
That is because there's staff, STAPH.
Oh, it was a germ. It was a germ thing. Okay.
That just went right over both of us.
Yeah, that did. Anyway, we are known in the industry as having the most helpful staff and volunteers, and our volunteers have been instructed and will be instructed again that if someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer, you escort them to someone who can, or at least point to the info booth. But yeah, we definitely will help you.
Somebody brought something up that I just learned today that we need to put on the website. We need to put it on the Facebook, and you all need to tell everybody all of the concessions at the show are cashless. They are card only, and I believe they will take Apple Pay. That's not 100% confirmed for all of them. I think some of the main food vendors do take Apple Pay, but yes, cashless. Make sure you bring a card if you expect to get something to eat.
And to park. If we get charged for parking, that's another thing.
If we get charged to park, you'll have to bring a card to pay for that as well. Yes, I still have no word on what that is.
And God love their hearts. That is just really sad that they still haven't committed to whether we get to park.
I know.
That is
a week before, and they still don't know what we're paying for.
They're still waiting to see if Jason Aldean is going to show up and do a concert that weekend. Okay. Last 5 minutes of the show. Adrian, pull out your cheat sheet. Go through it again. Tell them the important parts. And this is your recap. Everybody pay very, very close attention. This is your recap.
Okay. Because my brain is fried, and I'll forget something if I don't read the whole sheet. This is what I'm sending out in the VIP email. You all heard it here first. This is not a guarantee for an autograph. No line skip passes will be accepted due to excessive wait times caused for VIP and general admission. You must have already gotten your ticket, your band, or your badge to sign up for the Robert Englund line. No exceptions. If you show up to sign up for the line and you do not have a band and or a badge, you do not get to sign up. It is free to sign up. We are not profiting from this in any way, shape, or form. There is a 2-item limit per person. That is from Robert Englund. We don't set that. 2-item limit per person. We will have a kiosk to sign up for Robert Englund's line. The signups will be in groups of 50 people. They will be named groups A, group B, group C, so on. Getting a spot in one of these groups does not mean that you are going to get an autograph. It is simply a placeholder in line. If they get to your spot in line, then you get an autograph. If he doesn't get to your spot in line, you come back the next day. Signing up does not guarantee an autograph. It's only a placeholder in line. The first 2 groups every day are reserved for VIP ticket holders only. This will guarantee that every VIP ticket holder has one opportunity over the weekend. VIP can only utilize this perk one time. As an example, if you get placed in group A or B on Friday, you will not get the early group on Saturday or Sunday. You are welcome to sign up again the following day, but you will be placed in a general admission group. Everyone is held to the same first come, first served rule. If you are the first person in line, but you are a general ticket holder, then you will be signed up for Group C. So if you are the very first person that makes it to the kiosk that day, Groups A and B are reserved for VIP, but you will be the first signed up for Group C. We will sign up more people every day than we know Robert can sign. We're going to do that just in case he surprises us and he signs more autographs than we think he will. But we will let everybody know once we start getting closer to those groups that we don't think he's going to get to you today, but we're going to give you a place in line. You can walk around and enjoy the con. If he does get to you, then that's great. This system is only to keep people from standing in one spot all day and missing the show. The cards are the same thing as standing in line, but you get to enjoy the on-site entertainment, meet other guests, go to photo ops without losing your place. You can shop with vendors and enjoy the show. The kiosk will open at the same time as the box office. As soon as you get your ticket redeemed, you get your wristband or your badge. You may come and sign up. You will get your pass, and then you can listen for your group to be called over the loudspeaker, or we will have it posted in 2 different locations. One will be at the kiosk where you sign up. It'll be a whiteboard, and we will write which group is next to line up. Or there will be a whiteboard at the start of Robert Englund's line build in the back pre-function hallway. We will not be assigning time slots to the groups. Because this line moves very slowly, you will end up waiting in line longer than you need to. Group A will need to be in line when the show opens. Group B will be called shortly after, and each group will be called back when the line drops to below 50 people. It moves slowly, and we will have dry erase boards posted at the kiosk in the start of the line. The cards are not replaceable. No one will be permitted to enter the line, to receive an autograph, or to meet Robert Englund without one of these cards. No exceptions. When does the kiosk open? 12 p.m. on Friday, 8 a.m. on Saturday, 8 a.m. on Sunday. When does the kiosk close? Once all of the tickets are issued for that day, we will close the kiosk. This is just like when you go to another show and they cap the lines for the day, only you don't have to stand around and wait all day long. So that's everything that I have that's going to go out in the email. Once I send these emails out, I will not be replying to any emails sent back about this. The volume's just going to be too much. I'm going to include a link for the Facebook group. I believe everybody that's on here listening now will already have that information, what the group URL is. I'm going to post this at the top of the Facebook group, and any questions that you have, we will answer there. But we cannot handle the volume of questions that this is going to produce. So we will just be answering all of the questions on the Facebook group.
And now Jordan Ritchie did ask a question that I honestly, because I've never worked that part of it. How does ticketing work for veterans on Friday?
Oh, so when you come up to the ticket booth, you just need to have a valid military ID, and they will get you a Friday pass for free. It doesn't cost anything.
There we go. That's kind of how I thought it worked. But Okay.
The kiosk will be located at the end of the pre-function hallway, furthest away from High Street, next to the escalators. Chad, we're shooting for 50 people in each group. Jake's bringing lots of cookies for everyone.
There you go. So everybody, that is how it's going to work. All this, once again, will be posted on the Facebook pages and groups and on the website somewhere. We'll even put a PDF or something on there so that you can see it.
I have a graphic
There you
that
go.
I can probably a picture of to. Well, I might want you to clean it up for me a little bit, Wes, because I just like tapped it and then I drew on it with my finger.
Okay, yeah. So we might need to. I'm not going to say it on there. Anyway, okay, everybody, that's tonight's show. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week at the Scarefest. Of course, there will not be Scarefest TV. Although, if you want, that's another thing. Just so you know, if you can't come, we're going to be streaming parts of the Scarefest to my channels and to Facebook Live and stuff like that. So, so you can vicariously enjoy the Scarefest, even if for some chance you can't come, and you can see what you missed. See you in a week.
Oh, wait, one
more thing. One more thing.
Did you turn me off?
No, you're on.
Okay, one more thing. The trading cards that we're going to have, the scavenger hunt trading cards, you all have, if you want to complete your set, you have to find me because I'm the only place that will have my special edition card. So you have to come and find me and ask me for a card. And that's all.
And we will make sure that the elevator is not blocked.
No.
That's a little, once again, common courtesy, people, do not block exits and stuff like that. That's just rules that you have to live by if you want to survive on this planet. See you in a week.